Palumbo here with Muscle Serpents Daily, and we're back again, guys, and we're going to go looking through the ball python tubs and the boas. We're going to see if there was any litters born or any clutches laid, because you know what, this is the breeding season, and this is the time when we're going to start finding cool stuff. We're going to go into the incubator, see what's hatching, what's shedding out. This is a cool time. But I want to bring up one thing. You know, my good friend Vin Russo, who I consider one of my mentors, at least in the boa world and the ball python world, because I got a lot of my first snakes from him. I also worked with him at Petland Discounts in 1986 over that summer, and we became friends there. And he actually introduced me to snakes, and if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't even be where I am right now because of that. And then once I got back into snakes 30 years later, and we ran into each other at a reptile expo, didn't even recognize each other. I didn't even know he was the Vin Russo of the Vin Russos. We became friends and reconnected. And I just did an interview recently. If you guys have seen it on Boa Rack Radio, if you're not, go check it out. It was a great interview. I thought I was really pleased that they asked me to come on, and I was honored actually to do the interview. And in the interview, I talked about Vin, and I kind of, you know, made a couple references and cracked a few jokes. And you know what, maybe at his expense. And you know, I want to just apologize to Vin and say, look, you know, there was no hard feelings. And if anyone out there, I got to tell you, Vin is one of the most upstanding guys in the entire industry. You know, love him, hate him, whatever. He is the standard. I mean, this guy is by the book. He wrote the book on boas. His newest book, the complete, or I should say the more complete boa constrictor, is available now, and it's probably the greatest boa constrictor book ever written. And once again, I would never want to disrespect him or our friendship, because that I hold that in very, very high esteem, and I'm happy to call him my friend, because he's one of the most real, down-to-earth, science-based guys in our business. He's not what we call bro science snake breeder, and you know what? That's important, because his goal is to preserve all these locality boas, and to, you know, to be a breeder who cares about his animals. And so once again, if I might have made a few jokes at his expense because I didn't have the right information, I am sorry, and I want to put that out there, because like I said, I would never want to jeopardize his friendship. But on a lighter note, let's get into the snake room and let's check out what's going on, because we have some amazing stuff hatching. All right, we got a little clutch here. It doesn't look very big. This female doesn't notoriously give me good eggs. This is a cinnamon spider Woma, or Cinnabee Woma as we call it. Gorgeous snake. A lot of great looking contrast and highlights, and just love this snake. And I'm always trying to breed something cool to her. I bred a banana pastel hurricane Het Clown to her. Last year I bred her, I got one viable egg. It was the first egg that ever hatched. And the females that I produced is gorgeous. I'll show you her in a second. That's why I really wanted to keep breeding her. She just doesn't give me good clutches. I don't even know what she's got under there. Let's see. Yeah, she's got a couple good eggs. No, good. What a surprise. I figured I saw a few slugs, but okay. I think I have 4 good eggs under there. Excellent. Good job this time, girl. As they get older, they tend to get better, the clutches. I always find. Even the trouble ones. This is my boy I bred her to. This is the banana pastel hurricane Het Clown. He was actually the world's first banana hurricane. So you can see little swirls here. Love the banana and the hurricane together. Great combo. Hopefully we'll get some nice babies. This was the girl I produced last year from that same female. Different pairing. It was a banana pastel clown. There was no hurricane last year. Bred to the Cinnabee Woma. So I still haven't figured out what it is. I'm pretty sure it's a Woma pastel Het Clown. Excuse me, cinnamon Woma pastel Het Clown. That's what it looks like to me. She's growing nice. I'm gonna definitely raise her up and breed her. I really love the way she looks. She's very unusual looking. Anytime I have a 1 egg clutch that survives, I almost feel obligated to keep them. just the survival rate that this thing had to go through to make it, right? So, great looking female. Imagine banana in there. That's what I was really trying to hit. That could be wacky. There she is. Pulled her off her clutch. She's got a nice little hollowed out stomach where all those eggs came out, so she's nice and clean. We're gonna clean her up. She's usually a little friskier, but I think she's tired. Laying eggs has got to be really a tiring endeavor. I would guess analogous to women giving birth, but my wife was very tired after she gave birth, that's for sure. So let's clean her up. We'll put her in her own tub. All right, here's a little update post-shed of my Moonglow Carpet Python clutch. And we got a lot of little mouths here that are gonna need to be fed soon. And that little beauty. Axanthic. You see that nice silver eye. There's another Axanthic. I know we have a ghost somewhere in here too, which would be a caramel Axanthic, which could be this guy. This could be a caramel Axanthic. Very light, a little lighter than that other one. Here's an albino, right here. This is going to be an albino, or possibly a sunglow, which would be a caramel albino. And there's another. This one I think is an albino. There's some really nice contrast. It's really hard to tell when these guys first hatch. But you can see the difference between these two. The one over there, this one is probably the sunglow, caramel albino. This one's probably the regular albino. They change, remember, they go through that ontogenetic color change over the first year, so we're not gonna really know what we got. Now, what I really wanna show you, obviously, you guys wanna see, is I think this is, I don't know what this is. I thought it was a snow originally. It's getting a little lighter. Could be a snow. Could be a sunglow. This one here, however, this really, really white one, I think that's the Moonglow. I think that's the caramel Axanthic albino. I don't see any hint of pattern on this thing at all. It looks really clean after the first shed. And I think I hit it. I think that's the Moonglow. You know, it's possible though that we could get a little bit of pattern coming in, you know, as this thing changes a little bit. Obviously I'll keep an eye on it. I thought this one was really, really white too. And this one is getting pattern, so I don't know if this is, I don't think that's going to be a snow. I don't know. It's a lot lighter than the other ones though, so it's possible, but it could be a sunglow. But this one is really, really, really white. But, you know, if you look really hard enough, you can see, yeah, I don't know, maybe not. I'm playing devil's advocate here. But really nice clutch. Got some really nice babies here. So I'll show you the rest of them. The rest of them are down here. These are the darker ones. I didn't have enough really room, so I kind of, they're all shedding. It's funny how these carpets know just go into the water bowl and shed. Ball pythons are dummies. They don't know what to do. They just kind of just lay there. If you don't wet the tub down, they don't shed well. So here's a bunch of, I got some Axanthics in there, a lot of double head snows. Like there's a couple, it looks like there's caramel double head snows here, because they're really lighter. And once again, these all haven't shed yet, and they haven't eaten yet, so this one's a really nice one here on top. That's definitely probably caramel right there. Caramel double head snow. And these will be available eventually. Look at that eye. Woo, that's a nice one. That's definitely caramel. So, really nice litter. Hopefully you guys enjoy watching this vicariously for me. All right, I want to show you this little clutch. I don't know how good it's going to be. It turned out it was originally like a 7 or 8 egg clutch, I think, in the beginning. And it was my albino zebra to albino zebra carpet python. And half the eggs went bad. And then there were 4 eggs. This guy hatched out. Now this looks like to me at least, to be a albino zebra. Now remember, everything's going to be albino in this clutch because the parents were both albino zebras. So I got a nice little albino zebra there. And then these 3 eggs have nothing happened. I cut the eggs after this one pipped, as I always do. Just cut the top, and nothing has come out. And I don't want to start, as soon as I start messing with things, I always mess them up. So I just leave them. But it's definitely past hatching date, so I don't know if these things are dead in the egg. There's a good possibility. I don't smell anything. Usually the smell will tell me if things are not, you know, decaying, or I don't smell anything bad yet, so I'm going to give these guys a couple more days and see what happens. But I was hoping to hit the albino super zebra, which would be a patternless, you know, whitish looking snake. And so far, that would have gone nicely with that Moonglow, right? But so far, these 3 eggs are not turning out to be so hot. So, but hey, we got at least one nice little baby here. and she came out early, way early, but I don't know, maybe not. You know, she looks healthy and everything like that, and I'm happy to have just one here at least. But there's 3 potentials. Even if I got 1 more to come out, that would be super crazy. So we'll see. Not everything goes as planned. All right, we'll finish up today with this little cool looking clutch. This was a scaleless head albino male bred to an albino female. So we weren't going to make a scaleless animal, but we could make some more scaleless heads, and that was the goal. And we got this gorgeous albino. Look at that. That's like one of the nicest looking albinos, and that's a scaleless head albino. And that just goes to show you that the scaleless head gene, the potential might not be just to get scaleless animals. The potential might be that they really, in the scaleless head form, they really enhance color and vibrance and change pattern and stuff like that. So that albino is no normal albino for sure, and I'm pretty happy with that. These obviously all the babies will be head albino if they're not visual albinos, and then they're possible scaleless head. I have to look through them. I would say this one's a scaleless head only because the pattern is so reduced, and that one might be too. I have to look at. I have to look more closely. I got to look at the caudal fin to tell. I don't want to really disturb these. They just hatched. I still have 1 more egg that hasn't come out here. I don't know if this one is gonna be viable or not, but I wanted to just show you that gorgeous, gorgeous albino. I mean, woof. Look at the pinks in that thing. Really, really nice. Nothing beats a great albino. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today here at Palumbo's Pythons and Boas, and we got to see some cool stuff. We got to see that carpet python clutch, that Moonglow carpet python clutch, you know, shed out. It looks like we might have a Moonglow. I don't know. It's looking good now, but you never know. It could turn into it's definitely no worse than the snow. So that was exciting, of course, and we had a clutch laid by a very unusual female. Nothing like, you know, there wasn't 100 genes in there, but and it wasn't a clown, it wasn't pied, but it was a cool looking snake, and I like cool stuff, so never know what we're gonna make with that. So that was exciting that we actually got 4 good eggs, and I candled them and everything like that, and they were great. So, you know, that female notoriously was a poor producer. Maybe she's coming into her own now that she's getting a little bigger, and you can see she's got really nice coloring. So that excites me when I get kind of stuff that's offbeat, because you never know where like a project like that can lead. It starts out as like, well, it's not a big deal because there's no clown and pie in it. Next thing you know, you got some really cool stuff. So you always follow your nose and your instincts on where you want to go with that kind of stuff. Now, obviously, over the next couple of days and weeks, we're going to see a lot more hatching, a lot more eggs on the ground. So that's going to be super cool. I think a lot of you guys are going to really enjoy all the stuff that's hatching out. We got to see that that one albino zebra carpet python that hatched out. I don't know how those other 2 or 3 eggs that are left are going to go. I don't know if anything's going to come out of them. But hey, sometimes you got to take the good with the bad. I'll take one good snake over no snakes any day of the week. And of course, you got to see that great, super crazy albino that I produced with the scaleless head. That gene, I'm telling you, is untapped. Everyone thinks, you know, scaleless, and of course the scaleless animals are super cool, but I think just the scaleless head, getting that into a lot of projects will super enhance the color, reduce the pattern, and I think we're gonna see a lot of stuff done with the scaleless head gene, more so than the homozygous form of the scaleless animal. Now, obviously, scaleless animals are super cool, and I'm gonna show you that clutch that hatched out, and they're about to shed, so probably tomorrow or the next day. I also got a really cool pickup from Justin Kabilka last week. I'm going to show you that maybe in the next day or 2 as well, because she just shed out. She was in shed when she came in. So a lot of cool stuff happening here at Palumbo's Pythons and Boas. You guys know what to do. If you like what you're seeing, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, hit that like button. We'll see you back tomorrow morning.